actually something that we're going to go way, way more into in the future. But scheduling changes. I would like to see some scheduling changes. I would like to see. I think that it's an issue, and I think it's an issue to me. I would like to see a few more short tracks. I'd like to see a few more road races, and I would like to see less cookie cutters and less doubles of tracks. I would like to see some other tracks that, like I said, we're going to go way in the future, get some dates and eliminate some doubles. And so I would just like to see some tinkering with the schedule. And like other than what NASCAR says they do already with the we're going to unveil new changes. I want to see them completely overhaul it.
Yeah, and I think a lot of fans would. I think, see, you're more of a typical fan than I am. I think in the sense that you're like, I want short tracks, I want these, I don't want cookie cutters. I'm just like, I see the value in cookie cutters, so I don't want to just like wipe all but like 2 of them off the schedule.
Oh no, I'm not saying that. I'm not saying
that you are, but I mean, I think there are some fans who would insinuate that like, I'm sure a fan has said, I'm pretty sure it was probably been said in the last 24 hours by a fan somewhere in the world that NASCAR should go like all short tracks, which is ridiculous. But I for one see a lot of good in the bulk of the schedule, and we've actually, and what he's been hinting at is that we've actually made up our own schedule. We took some time out a few weeks ago to do it. We're just trying to find the proper time to reveal it to the world.
And it's going to be kind of a special edition. And we did everything. We actually used real dates.
Everything up in the only thing we didn't have was, I think, sponsors for the races.
Yeah,
but I think I even took a guess. Like, I think for one of them, I even took a guess about how many laps it would be for a race that we had no clue exactly how long it should go. But
we'll get there
another day. My number 3 now.
Yes, 3.
I think one of the biggest things coming, it hasn't really happened yet, but it's going to be a huge problem here really soon, is manufacturers dying out. I think Dodge is going to leave. I think Chevy is going to have a hard time staying, but I think they're going to stay in the end. I've said this before. I would love to see more manufacturers in NASCAR, and personally, I think that they need to just remove the rule of American car, because what difference does it make, especially since that they're all COTs anyway, and it's just stickers at this point. I mean, who cares if there's a Honda in the field or whatever? I'm trying to think of, because there's already Toyota,
Mazda
or whatever. I mean,
or Kia, or just
if somebody wants to make a car and race in NASCAR, let them. The more the better, and the more cash flow in the sport too. Right now, we're about to lose. I think for sure we're going to lose 1. We might lose 2. We need more, and we need something to come back in. We can't be picky at this point. And I personally don't care what kind of manufacturers there are, as long as there are. Man, I wish Pontiac was coming back, and now Pontiac's dead for good.
Yeah, now they're never coming back.
I love Pontiac. I loved Pontiac when they raced in NASCAR, and they left. It sucked for me. I was kind of a Pontiac guy, if anything, and when they left, it was like, oh man, and now the brand is dead. Yeah, which really makes me sad.
Yeah, it does. My number 3 is kind of on that line, but different at the same time. I wrote, this is how I worded it, COT dynamics. It's probably on your list. I don't even, who knows, but I would like to see them make some changes to the COT. Now, I've loved the COT, the look of the COT from the start.
Yeah.
That. Do you remember that? I just love the look of it. However, that was before they started racing it a lot.
It's a brick.
Now this is where I don't 100% know what I would change, but I think I'd take some weight out of it, mess with the splitter and the tail, and just see what they could do, because I do think that is a big issue. One could argue it should be higher, but in my mind, I have 2 that are higher, but right. I just think that it's definitely an issue.
Okay, my number 2 is obviously ratings. I think it's a big issue to them. I don't necessarily think we can get it back, but I think part of the reason we've lost it is because I really think some fans have walked away. I think they've gotten fed up and left. And what I would do, and this isn't exact, it's kind of unspecific or not very specific, but what I would do is I would almost do like a census of sorts. If I were an NASCAR, I'd make this gigantic poll, a series of questionnaire. I would put it up online and tell every fan, go online, take this poll, tell us what you want. And I would take that data and I would make changes based off of that. Now, personally, I think if you just put me in charge, I know what I'm doing. I can make it better for the fans, but they won't do that, so that's the next best thing.
Yeah, that's very good. My number 2 is something I've said to you before. I don't know if I've said it on this show. I want to see a change to the point system. Quite simply, I want to see it go back to the way it was when the chase first started. I want to see 10 only and seating. That's what I want to see.
It wasn't 10 only. They just never had it. The 400 never came into play.
Okay. Then let me rephrase that. I just want to see him go back to the original way. I don't like the wins thing, and I think 12 is ridiculous. And I've never, I don't know if I've ever said that to you. I've never liked 12. 10 is fine. 10 is fine, or within 400, and I just want to see them go back to the original chase. I was not a fan of the chase when it first came out, but I do like it. I think it's great for the sport, so leave it the way it was in 04.
Yeah. Well, I said since the chase, when they announced the chase it'll be exciting. It won't be fair, but it'll be exciting, and it has been.
A good example is what you said several times about Jeff Gordon. He should have 6 right now, right?
Yeah, I think he would be going for number 7 this year if they didn't have the chase. What was it? I was going to say something else about that too. No, I think the worst part about it though right now, the way it is that 12 guys make the chase, but only 10 get to go to New York.
Yeah,
that doesn't make any sense to me. If making the chase is making the playoffs, then you should get to go to New York.
Yes,
and have a speech on the stage.
Yes, thank you so much. And that is a huge thing to me.
I actually was under the assumption that the top 12 would get to go to New York until I found out they didn't.
Isn't that ridiculous? It's kind of weird, isn't it?
Yeah, I don't. NASCAR is kind of like it's important, but it's not.
They need to go. They need to go back.
It's mixed signals.
I loved the way it was originally.
Okay, we got like 3 minutes left.
Oh, we'll go then.
Okay, my number 1 is very simple, straightforward. The racing has not been as competitive as it has been in the years past. Point blank. And what we need to do is fix the COT. Make it so that get rid of the clean air thing has become way too important, and there's not as much passing. Honestly, what I would love to see happen, but I'm not sure my facts right on this, I've heard that the Busch Series COT they're developing is very good and drives a lot better. If that's the case, take that, apply it to Cup. That's what I would say. But that's not going to happen. Next best scenario, get all the team engineers, get them in a room and be like, okay, what do we need to change on this car and figure it out?
Yes.
Get the smartest guys, get some guys from NASA over there and everything, and because somebody's got to figure it out. There's a way to make this thing better racing. And honestly, once I think change the front end and change the wing and all that and change a bunch of other things, it'll race better and it'll probably look better too because it's ugly right now.
I don't know. I like it. My number 1 is something you've already said, and it has always been very, very, very important to me, and I do think my number 1 is the Busch cap. Here's the solution I had. My solution was kind of similar to you, but I gave numbers. 10 race limit for the driver, and I said only 10 drivers are allowed. What you do is if 13 Cup drivers want to qualify, 10 fastest.
Only thing about this, I think 10's too much. You could put 10 Cup drivers in the race, one of them's winning the race. Put 5 in, it's competitive.
Yeah, but I definitely want to see a cap. Do you think they'll ever go there? Go there.
It's gonna get really bad before they do that. Okay. Right now, it's hard. It's hard for them to make that decision, but
it's been
maybe one day.
It's been so long since we had an all NASCAR top 5.
Yeah. Well, that was another week down. Number 14, June 8th. Today's June 8th. I'm sorry. I'm kind of it's been another great week. Once again, thank you to FETV, Mike Reynolds, whatnot, everybody else. Real fast, email.
Email us any questions, comments, concerns, facts that we got wrong because it's bound to happen. Racin and stuff
maybe for you
at Gmail. Thank you at racinandstuff@gmail.com. Check out our awesome official, as I call it now, YouTube website, youtube.com/racin and stuff, and you can do a power search for us. Subscribe to us on YouTube or on iTunes. Search Racin stuff in the power search.
All right. So as always, I'm Doug
and I am Chris.
We'll talk to you later.
See ya.